Hello, and welcome to the second webinar in the series we call Feature Demo Weeks. Last week, my colleague Milos showed you how SmartOcto supports the subscription model by helping you drive conversions and of course, recognize the quality content that will ultimately lead to loyalty and conversions. And next week, our CMO and user needs expert in-house will show you how SmartOcto helps support the user needs model. Of course, almost every newsroom I worked with, and I really enjoyed that, was focused on driving traffic, or someone calls it growth or reach. We call it the advertising model, in order to increase the page views to earn more from the advertising, obviously. So that's something that everyone has to obsess with. Obviously, this is something that SmartOcto thinks of when adjusting to your business model. So whatever the business model is, we are here to support you. My name is Olga Nemchanin, and I've been working with SmartOcto clients for more than 6 years. And I've helped them drive better results for their newsroom by supporting the teams with the insights SmartOcto delivers, and they're hard to find elsewhere. This comes really easy because it's a tool that is designed to support the newsroom in real time and delivers the insights and the recommendations that your team needs to perform better actions on the content that you already produced, and of course, guide them to the road of reaching more views and more engagement. When we work with newsrooms, SmartOcto algorithms do two things at the same time for the advertising model. So first, we deliver new audiences by optimizing tactics on social media. We strengthen the content strategy for you, for example, with the user needs model, and we provide insights on the optimal timing of article publication. We also facilitate more visits and pagers per session from existing audiences, which is really important. A/B testing of headlines and better positioning of teasers on the homepage is very important. And if you do it right, and if you test until you find a winner, it will lead to a better click-through rate, definitely. SmartOcto notifications and smart tips in the real time will help you increase the clicks coming from the newsletters. And SmartOcto custom reports will show you the content that leads to loyalty and higher recirculation. This all means more views. And obviously, we measured it. We measured the effects, and we saw that you can reach the uplift in views up to 16%. So to create an effective boost of readers and page views, of course, you need to rely on dashboards and reports as the normal part of the workflow. So if we take an average newsroom that does around 20% of split tests of the teasers on the homepage and follows at least, I'd say, 30% of notifications on stories, we see uplifts amounting to 16% more page views and articles over time using SmartOcto. So I wanted to show you a few of SmartOcto features that really support this flow. So first, SmartOcto tentacles, because of the octopus tentacles. It spreads all across your website page of your homepage. It knows where all the stories are, and it recognizes how these stories actually interact with your audience and how they perform in real time. SmartOcto gives these colors to each article on your homepage, and this is a client website. We have their permission to show it in a demo. So we noticed when the story is performing really good with the color green, or not so good on the given position with the red color. If that happens, SmartOcto will alert you this story is read relatively shortly and it's not getting much click-through. So this is a perfect opportunity to start an A/B test. You can do that very easily by selecting the portion of the text that you want to test, and then you try with alternative version of that headline for that story. Of course, always keep in mind that the headline is close to the story subject. You can introduce more alternatives. Once you click on Start the Test, the system will automatically start serving different variations of the headline to equal portions of your audience until it decides on the winner. If the story is doing good, of course, we will not do anything, but you can see here that SmartDoctor notices that readers spend a lot of time on this page and that the story generates high click-through in the past minutes. So this is a brilliant example of just confirming that your strategy is good and the story is well positioned. So how does it really work in real life? SmartDoctor communicates with the newsroom via sending the newsroom these notifications. Of course, every story has a designated page in SmartDoctor real-time system, and we also do some calculations to predict what is the impact of each of your stories. So as soon as the story gets its first traffic, we notice what is the potential of it by using our machine learning algorithm to calculate what it can achieve comparing to the historical performance of your articles in the same section by the same author. So here we notice that this story got already 2,000 views and the expectation for the story is up to 6,000. Oftentimes we see that it even supersedes the expectation, but what we do, we monitor it closely. Our algorithms run in the background. There are some 250 algorithms which calculate the notifications that are served in real time to your designated communication channel, whether it's Slack or Microsoft Teams or Discord, even WhatsApp or email. SmartDoctor sends you these notifications and alerts you when there's something important that's happening. We're also connected to your social platforms. So for example, this comes very easy. This piece is getting 2 little link clicks from Facebook. You should tweak the teaser of this particular post on Facebook because you want to guide people to your website. Then we notice that this is the story with the best average reading time this morning. So there's huge potential. So we keep a close eye whatever happens next. And then sometime after that, this story has 154 comments on Facebook. That's quite impressive. And these thresholds of what is actually impressive are calculated per brand. So every brand has a unique set of thresholds that are accurate for their audience and their traffic numbers. So what we suggest here is to think about a follow-up. Either you will have a moderator read along the comments and see if there's some conversation, important conversation happening beneath the story post, or you will think if there's more to this topic that you can cover throughout the day. Of course, there are more examples of notifications. The story with the best average read depth this morning is a perfect candidate, for example, to use some internal linking in the article and keep the people on your website. The story is biggest of this morning, or let's say, getting too little. Yeah, this one is brilliant. People read this old story. Can we serve a follow-up? Obviously, the older stories which have a sudden surge of traffic will never show up among your top performers. They will be slightly below the bar, but still deserve attention because you can, at that moment, realize that there's probably an interest to have some updates on whatever was happening. However, these notifications are easy to consume and they come to your mobile phone, to whatever communication channel you use. We know that newsrooms are used to using dashboards. There's one that you will hang on the wall, or you can have it on your mobile phone, just like in your hand or on your next monitor. But definitely it's hugely important to keep track of the stories that make that impact across the day. So SmartDoctor has designed this customizable big screen feature, which allows you to select whatever you need to know in real time about your stories. In this example, we see the most read stories on the left-hand side. We know where the traffic is coming from and if the stories are going up with the green arrow, meaning that the page views are currently going up, or dropping with the red arrow pointing down. On the right-hand side, you have the tips and suggestions from SmartDoctor. Like I said, it's calculated by our algorithms. So they alert you in real time when there's an action that you can make to create a better impact for your stories. So smart to put this on top of your newsletter. This is the fastest story of the last 30 minutes. Is one of the examples which help you optimize your newsletter strategy. So in real time, SmartOcto will keep alerting you throughout the day when there's a good opportunity of stories that are fit for your newsletter. And we know they weren't posted in the newsletter before, so we keep a close eye on that. Another example is a team or section-specific dashboard, which is designed to support a particular team and help them focus on the work they can actually influence. So on the right-hand side, you will see all the stories from the sports section today and all the respective metrics that we know that the newsroom cares about. And on the right-hand side, you will notice that we have page views today, so you can keep a close eye on the peak hours, but also the active users and the total page views on this section throughout the day. It's hugely important for the team because they can't really always benefit from knowing everything that's happening on the website, but sometimes when the teams are bigger, they really could use a more specific focused dashboards to monitor. And you can change colors of the dashboards as well, which is really neat. Another example, I will just briefly touch upon because next week we will have a user needs focused feature demo week. And this one is focused on user needs. Keep me engaged, inspire and divert me, educate me. Stories are segmented on this dashboard, helping the teams really understand what is driving the interest from their audience, ultimately also helping them understand which stories and how to promote those stories depending on which user needs they satisfy. And also best on social in the last hour as the last block is definitely helping the teams realize what is important for their social networks, whether it's Facebook or whatever social network. This is what is really getting the attention from the audience. Now, another more traffic-oriented dashboard is the goals one. So whether you have a newsroom KPI that you need to chase throughout the day or a week, or you agree with your team to have a soft goal of a specific number of page views that you want to achieve today, you can set the goal, the custom goal in SmartOcto, and with this little donut, you will know exactly where you are at this very moment and how much time you have left to reach your goal. You will see how you progress and which stories make the most impact to achieving your goals. This is really important for reaching more audiences and for increasing page views because obviously by knowing what is really influencing the growth today, you will understand how to better promote them throughout the day, which ones deserve a better position on the homepage if they are not there yet, and which ones should be just given a slight push towards reaching wider audiences. And then, I would say, last but not least, SmartOcto Smartify. Of course, we know that the newsroom is busy life. No time, no problem. When you have a moment, you can always come to Smartify and ask it a question. So let's say that you have some time on your hands and you want to deal with whatever story needs to be posted on Facebook or social channels. You can simply ask SmartOcto and it will give you the best candidate to be posted on Facebook. And like I said, we know it's not there already. So we also predict the impact. What will be the link clicks CTR increase and what will be the engagement CTR increase? If you are not happy with the first choice from the journalistic perspective, you can click on show all and you will get more recommendations on which stories could deserve a spot on your social pages. If you are curating your newsletter, SmartOcto will give you suggestions on which stories could potentially find its place in your newsletter today. These will be viral stories, the stories that get the maximum attention from your audience. And of course, you want to make sure that people who are currently at work and not reading news are up to date when they get to it. And write an update, specifically important for any journalist to understand that there are stories which have a longer shelf life, which definitely attract a lot of people, a lot of your audience, and deserve an update in the coming hours. So make sure to keep an eye on that one as well. I hope you liked our Smart Octo features. I'm going to probably skip to the questions now. I know we have to be aware of the time, and there are some questions already. Let's see. Oh, okay, how do you make up which story wins in A/B tests? Of course. So when you start a test and when you have chosen the alternative headlines for your story and started a test, SmartOcto starts serving the variations of different variations of the headline to equal portions of your audience. The winning headline will be the one with most clicks, obviously the CTR, but also loyalty. And that's how long people actually stick around after entering the article page. So we want to have a harmonic relationship between the CTR and loyalty in order to ensure that this is a good headline for that article, and those two actually bring better results. Let me see, there's another one. Does SmartOcto recognize Google Discover? Yes. Yes, SmartOcto recognizes Google Discover as a traffic source. It can even send you a notification. We can set that. Send you a notification if you have substantial traffic from this referrer. Or you could also set a limit yourself. For example, I want to be notified when we reach X amount of views from Google Discover. So yes, we have cases where we do that for our clients already. I guess there are no more questions, I see. Okay. So thank you very much. If you want to, of course, understand how we can assist your newsroom and your brand, please feel free to scan the code, ask for a personalized demo. We always love to have a conversation and understand your motivation to use data analytics in your everyday workflow. I thank you very much for your attention and wish you a lovely day.